So hey, I think this video is gonna be a video about Wing Chun. And specifically, there are a lot of ideas. Let's check how much time I have. A lot of ideas that I want to kind of introduce because I feel Wing Chun is not, bad. It's not um, wrong. It's just that people's understanding of Wing Chun is wrong, and then they don't know how to use the moves in Wing Chun. So I began by saying this very important point, which is um, what your style looks like depends on what your rules are. Right? It depends on what you can do, what you're allowed to do, and what you train to do. For instance, basketball looks completely different from boxing. Now there might be similarities in the mental process of boxing and basketball, but the two are completely different because the rules are different. What you involve is different with the basketball. I'm gonna give another analogy, which would be, if I have a knife. If I have a knife in my left hand and I'm boxing, that's no longer the same thing. The whole style, the whole thing is gonna change. Same thing with boxing when I have a southpaw versus an orthodox. The whole game changes because of your southpaw stance. The same thing is with Wing Chun. Before we can fully understand what the art of Wing Chun does, we have to fully understand what kind of characteristics the art of Wing Chun has developed. Right? The chain punch. I didn't practice. The chain punch. The blocks. And of course, some elbow strikes. And also footwork and foot moves. I think I cannot cover everything because I'm not going to say that I know everything. Wing Chun takes real practice with real people to learn. But I think I can give you the one thing that's missing, which basically is what you're not understanding when you do Wing Chun. First of all, the chain punch is so, seen everywhere, but no one knows how to use it. When I watch those Chinese fighters face Chinese MMA fighters, they're not using the chain punch properly. The chain punch essentially is a teep. Okay, a teep is a term from Muay Thai in which you kick the opponent's abdomen to push them away from you because they're too close. And the theory behind the teep is that the shortest distance from me to the opponent is a straight line. So if my foot is standing up parallel to the ground and I'm kicking my opponent, the opponent cannot reach me. Alright, because I am the farthest from him. This is the same idea in Wing Chun chain punch. When I chain punch to the chest. Because when I try to measure the farthest distance, it's at the chest. Here it's not as far, here it's not as far because of common mathematics, right? The straight line perpendicular is the shortest distance, so you will get the most reach. See this? The reason you punch like that straight instead of jabbing out is so you don't have a recoil. Okay? That's where you can keep punching again and again, even if you miss. And this serves as a teep. Not only does it serve as a teep, it serves as a continuous teep. Now, I want to bring to attention that your kicking is not good for Wing Chun. Wing Chun is bad against kicks. Right? It doesn't deal with them. So if you want to take Kung Fu and prove that it works, you would be better off using Wing Chun versus boxing. Okay? Because kicking, it's just, there's not much. Okay? So you have the teep. Okay? Now, why are there so many blocks, right? Why are there so many blocks? Because those blocks, okay? Those blocks, you only need one, okay? You need one to go in. It's not, a lot of people think that it's a lot of blocking. I'm gonna block all his punches, but really it's not that fancy. Wing Chun is more like, he comes, and instead of, I keep blocking, it's not. Okay, I teep. It's 90% of Wing Chun. 90% of Wing Chun is teeping. It's chain punch. He comes, chain punch. I go back, chain punch. I forward, chain punch. I turn, chain. So this is why you turn. You turn like this. Okay, chain punch. Always in front of you, at chest level. You chain punch. And then when you feel it, because when you chain punch, the thing is you're in constant contact with your opponent's hands. That's what's supposed to happen. And when you feel it, you go boom, and then you go chain punch to the face. Because you can feel it there. So that's basically it. That's all I want to talk about. It's not, fixing everything, but I just feel like you have to kind of understand some things that you're not really getting. A lot of Wing Chun fighters, they're not getting that. Wing Chun looks really cool in the movies, but it's never like that. Wing Chun is a simple, uncomplicated way of fighting, and 90% of it is just the chain punch. That's pretty much it. You chain punch 90% of the time. You feel an opening, you go in, chain punch the face. The person falls on the ground, you elbow him on the ground, you ground and pound on the ground. That's it. So that's the theory. Okay. Obviously, the training behind this is way different. I'm not gonna say that I know how to train it. I'm not gonna say that I am trained in it. But I have been in one fight, Wing Chun. I don't want to talk about it, but you chain punch. Okay, chain punch, and then they don't know, they don't have an opening. So